Warren Buffett's partner, Charlie Munger, said something that most people get completely wrong. He said the hardest part of becoming a millionaire is not getting from $100,000 to $1 million. It is getting to $100,000 in the first place. If $100,000 is sitting in an account right now, that battle is already won. The hard part is over. But here is the problem nobody talks about. The decisions made in the next 6 to 12 months will either multiply that money into something life-changing or quietly drain it back towards zero. And the scary part? Most people who reach this milestone make the exact same mistakes in the exact same order. This video covers all of them, and exactly what to do instead. Stay until the end, because the final move is the one that actually separates people who build serious wealth from everyone who stays stuck at 6 figures. Meet James. James is 38. He spent 6 years grinding to hit $100,000, driving the same car, packing lunch, skipping the vacations his friends took every summer. Last March, he finally crossed the milestone. He took a screenshot of his account balance and sent it to his wife. They went out to celebrate. Then something happened that James did not expect. His brain, the same brain that had been disciplined for 6 years, started sending him very convincing signals. He earned this. He could afford a nicer car now. The apartment upgrade they had been putting off finally made sense. Each decision felt completely reasonable. 18 months later, James has $94,000. He is not sure exactly where the rest went. He is not alone. This is the most common $100,000 story that never gets told. The first mistake is lifestyle inflation, and it is the most dangerous because it never feels like a mistake while it is happening. Here is the question worth asking before any major purchase after hitting $100,000. Is this bringing closer to the life actually wanted? Or is this just about what looks good to other people? Wealthy people are not wealthy because they earn more. They are wealthy because they protect the gap between what they earn and what they spend. That gap is where all the wealth lives. James upgraded his car. He upgraded his apartment. Neither of those things is wrong on its own. But both happened in the same 6-month window, before the money was working hard enough to absorb those costs. The sequence matters as much as the decision. If this is already making the $100,000 milestone feel different, hit like. It helps more people find this video and takes 1 second. So what is the right sequence? 3 moves in this order. Move 1, eliminate any high-interest debt immediately. Credit cards, personal loans, anything charging double-digit interest rates. The stock market has historically returned around 10% annually over the long run. If carrying 18% or 20% interest on debt at the same time, that race is being lost badly. High-interest debt cannot be outinvested. Clear it first, then direct every dollar toward building wealth. Move 2, build a real emergency fund if one does not already exist. 3 to 6 months of actual living expenses in a high-yield savings account. Not invested, not locked up. Liquid and accessible. This is not about earning returns. It is about protection. Without this cushion, any unexpected expense, a job loss, a medical bill, a car breakdown, forces pulling money out of investments at the worst possible time. James had no emergency fund when the transmission on his car failed. He pulled $6,000 from his investment account during a market dip. The cost of that withdrawal was not just $6,000. It was the compounding growth on that $6,000 for the next 20 years. Moves 1 and 2 protect the money. But here is where most people who got both of those right still quietly lose the long game. Move 3, invest consistently in boring, proven vehicles and leave them alone. This is the move most people complicate. They hit $100,000 and suddenly feel like they need to graduate to something more sophisticated. Day trading, individual stock picks, rotating in and out of crypto. The research is overwhelming on this. The vast majority of people who try to beat the market end up underperforming the market. A low-cost index fund broadly tracking the overall stock market, automated contributions, left alone. That is the entire strategy. Boring builds millionaires. Excitement seekers are usually the ones back at zero. And while doing this, maximize every tax advantage available. If an employer offers a 401k match and contributions are not enough to get the full match, free money is being left on the table. That is an instant 100% return before the money even hits an investment. After that, max out a Roth IRA if eligible. Every dollar saved on taxes today is a dollar that compounds for decades. Drop a comment right now. Which of these 3 moves is next on the list? Every comment gets read. But here is the move that most financial videos skip entirely, and it is the one that actually determines whether the other 3 stick. When living paycheck to paycheck, all financial thinking is short-term. How do I cover this bill? How do I make it to next Friday? That survival mode served a purpose, but once $100,000 is working, the entire way of thinking about time needs to rewire. Wealthy people think in decades. They ask, what is being built toward 10 years from now? How should this money be positioned for 20 years from now? What trade-offs are worth making today for a dramatically different tomorrow? James did not have answers to those questions when he hit his milestone, so his brain filled the gap with short-term rewards. That is not a character flaw. It is what happens when there are no long-term goals clear enough to compete with the immediate ones. James is at $94,000 now. He stopped the lifestyle upgrades. He built a 3-month emergency fund. He automated $800 a month into a total market index fund. He wrote down what he is actually building toward: retiring by 58, no mortgage, enough passive income to choose how time gets spent. He did not get to $100,000 by accident. He got there through 6 years of discipline. The same habits that built the first $100,000 will build the next $400,000. And then the compounding takes over and the math starts doing most of the work. $100,000 is not the destination. It is the launch pad. And where it goes from here is entirely determined by the choices made starting right now. If this gave clarity on the next move, hit like and subscribe. This is the kind of breakdown covered every week on this channel. And drop a comment with where the journey currently stands. Now, here is what to watch next. The moves covered today protect the $100,000 already built. But understanding what $100,000 actually does to a portfolio, why compounding suddenly starts feeling real at exactly this milestone, is a completely different and genuinely surprising conversation. The video right there is called How $100,000 Can Transform Your Financial Future. It shows exactly why Charlie Munger called this the hardest milestone, and what happens to the math once it is crossed. Go watch it now.